We have to start the morning right. Get the breakfast sandwiches, everything, man. You just sit there, eat well. Got the same jersey on I had on yesterday, man. Devin Witherspoon. Shout out to K9 for being that guy. He's really that guy out there, man. Charbonnet was out, K9 delivered. Charbonnet, that's not to say that he wouldn't have performed. He probably, man, having two options for running backs would have been crazy. Having two options for running backs would have been crazy. Charbonnet, but and then we got scared because Jackson Smith and Jigba, bro. I didn't realize he hit his head, and when they had the replay, when he fell down, they're like, "Hey man, let's do a quick protocol." Took him out the game real quick. Cooper Kupp was getting locked down by Gonzalez, man. That shit was crazy. It was hectic, man. It was hectic to watch. I was scared. I ain't gonna lie, I was scared. But we got that second Super Bowl. A lot of different numerology things happening in there, but I was happy either way. I was like, hey man, some stuff it's less about conspiracy, more so the universe just being aligned the right way. But I'm happy either way. I'm just happy either way. I was with the people last night, man. My phone was at like 37%. So the thing was, I was with my friends. Normally on Sundays, we do our little Beyblade meet. If you guys are familiar with the channel, I do a lot of Beyblade and video game stuff. And the thing about it was, we went to like South Center, specifically round one, just to play arcade games, hang out, and then watch stuff on the TVs. Now the thing about when we got there, the TVs, it had NFL Zone, and NFL Zone had these X's and O's going against each other, X's and O's, and then they had an icon for the football, so you'd see the quarterback throw the football into the sidelines, or you'd see him throw it down the field. Like you would just see like connections happening. You would see Jason Myers kick a field goal, but you would hear the audio like it was a radio, but you wouldn't be able to see anything going on. So we went and talked to the lady at the front, one of the managers, like, hey, excuse me, like it's the Super Bowl's not showing, it's showing like X's and O's. Can you like double check it and show us the actual footage, like the it's basic cable, it's NBC channel 5 or whatever. So that's what we're trying to tell the lady. We told her that like 5 minutes ago. Then she goes on the intercom, says, hey, round one, people, we're gonna try to work on this and fix it now. And it didn't get fixed. So I was like, okay, I think we should. Everyone started packing their stuff up. Like there was a family to the left of us, what I'm saying, the other side of the table. There was like another family, like kind of, or a group of friends behind us, and then like just some guys like in the back sitting behind us, just waiting around. They bought their drinks, they paid for their food and everything, but for whatever reason, they're like, hey man, we paying for shit here, we paying for food and services here, and then now you're gonna make us leave. So everyone just left. The whole group of us left. Like my group was like 6 people, 6 Beybladers. We're like, we're going across the parking lot. We're going to Buffalo Wild Wings. We go to Buffalo Wild Wings. It's hella packed. We're like, okay, this hella packed in here. Let's start messaging people, because we had 2 people that were in a car, ADA related people. So we had them in a car driving around. We told them we're going to Buffalo Wild Wings. They ended up going there while we're crossing the street. We're crossing the street and going to Bolero. We go to Bolero. It's a lot more space in there. A lot more people sitting around. I'm not gonna say a lot more TVs, but my guys ended up finding a nice little table. So I was like, okay, let's wait for the people. All of our people congregated at the table. We all fit there. It was a good evening, good night, man. And I feel bad because there was a waitress that was, first of all, she came to our table and just gave us like this menu and shit, and then she hooked us up with excuse me, not yet. She was getting people drinks like alcohol and stuff at the table, and then I just got like some appetizers, but I just kept ordering sodas. I was like, let me get a Coke. And she's like, no, we only got Pepsi options. I was like, let me get Pepsi. I was like, let me get a root beer. So I was like, hey, I didn't pay for the Pepsi last time. And she's like, I was just gonna give it to you for free. I was like, I don't mind paying you. She's like, no, don't worry about it. I was like, all right. And I was about to leave her a tip. I don't know, man. Everybody just started dipping out at that point. So I don't know. But by then it was just crazy. It was just like it was a good night all in all, man. But like I said, we get a ride to the light rail station, catch the light rail. And then I'm thinking like, should I get off right here? Should I get off right there? I go to Capitol Hill. Capitol Hill was kind of dead. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I went down to Capitol Hill. There was a couple people roaring and yelling, but there was a couple other people that pulled up to Dick's around Broadway, the burger driving. For those that don't know, who we got up in there, man? 5 man. Appreciate you dropping in, bro. 5 man, appreciate you dropping in. Thanks for commenting. We're just hanging out, man. I'm just hanging out right now, recapping yesterday, last night. Spent time, celebrating the Seahawks winning, man. So I go to Capitol Hill, catch the light rail, get off of Capitol Hill. I'm like, let's make it happen. I went over there. I found out it was dead. It was a little quiet. Everyone's at Dick's. You know, people like there's people across the street. I filmed a little bit of it. I need to put that video together maybe because I realized I have a lot of footage of just people just going crazy and going dumb in the street. But I'm like, yeah, I'm over here filming people just yelling across the street. I film people yelling and screaming at the actual drive-in, you know, just sitting there eating burgers and people online just hyped up. But it wasn't that deep like I thought it would be. So I was like, let me get back on the I thought I was gonna get on the light rail. Actually, what's it called? I ended up going around the corner, catching a bus that went to downtown. Downtown they were making noise. I was like, okay, they're making noise here, but let me go more towards the stadium, Pioneer Square. Let me see if they're really making noise. Bro, I went all the way. I forgot where I got off at because the final stop was like Main Street for this specific bus. I think it was riding like the 70 or some shit. And I was like, we're gonna ride this. It was funny, I was on the back chopping it up with some old heads, and they were just talking about, you know, football history, and then they watched the game and they were hyped up too. They said the same thing I said. Jason Myers should have been the MVP. Jason Myers got 15 points out of the 29. He got more than half the point. You know, my friend Mellon was saying, hey man, they might not give. I don't think they can give MVPs to special teams or kickers, which I think is stupid. Because it's like, bro, if you're playing a game that's very high defensive and you're winning the game off of kicks, you got to give the man some points. Like, you got to give him some credit. I'm not saying he should be co-MVP. I don't know. But Jason Myers deserves something. But anyway, Kenneth Walker Jr. Kenneth Walker the third, I believe. Number 9, man, he was a real MVP, man. Like, we knew it when we were watching the game. Even the drives, like all the drives to get Jason Myers within field goal range. You know what I'm saying? All the drives to get Myers in field goal range and get them threes. Damn near, what's his name? K9 was getting there. You know what I'm saying? If they weren't connecting to like someone else, he was getting the ball thrown to him. And it's like they were barely connecting with Coop because of Gonzalez. They were barely connecting with it in Jigba, and then he sat out for like a quarter or so. It was just crazy, man, the way it played out. Congrats on the win, bro. Much love from the Bay Area. Hey, shout out to the Bay, man, because this morning when I left the house, I was bumping that 3 times crazy. I was just thinking about us winning. I was like, I gotta listen to that 3 times crazy. That's that Bay Area classic. I was like, yeah, when I do my video edit, I'm gonna have to throw 3 times crazy on that joint. You know what I'm saying? Keeping it West Coast, man. Shout out to the whole NFC West. NFC West, we were 3 deep in the playoffs this year. You know, 3 deep in the playoffs, man. I don't know. It's been a while since it's been that way. It's been a while since, you know, it's always been a scary, what do you call this? Division, if you will. Division. The conference is always up and down, but that specific division has always been deep. So that's one thing that I'm really hyped about. But yeah, I'm trying to remember where I left off, man. We were watching the game, and yeah, it's funny. There's like these kids, these teenagers, and they're sitting on so like we're watching this TV, right? But we're like 1.5 tables away from where the TV's at. So there's like people sitting in front of us, sort of. But the guys are sitting in the like very front. They're like there's like a couch area. So like all these teenagers, they're just hanging out. And every time like a play would happen, whether it was good or bad, like people would just be jumping up and shit, just like cheering. So then I had to jump up too to look at the TV, like, damn, bro, I can't see shit. Motherfuckers just jumping around blocking the TV, getting hype. That shit was funny though, man. That shit was funny. I was hyped. It was a good day, man. It was a good day all in all, man. We got Venu. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, man. Let me know if I'm saying that correctly, man. Yeah, Super Bowl. Seahawks get their second. They win their second Super Bowl in the span of 20 years. You know what I'm saying? It's a, but also like they've been to the Super Bowl 4 times in 20 years. So I always say the numbers are interesting, man. The 420 number, 4 times in 20 years. That's that 420. You know what I'm saying? They get their second Super Bowl win on their 50th anniversary. 250, and like 2026 is the 250th anniversary of America. So it's just like shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just shit like that, man. The shit was ordained. The shit was ordained, bro. Like, what do you want me to tell you? What you want me to tell you, bro? The shit is ordained. Like, people want to sit there and break down numbers and shit. I'm like, hey, I can't say what's right or wrong, but it just happened the way it happened, bro. That should be ordained, man. I knew shit was gonna happen this way. You know what I'm saying? The dark side thing played a part probably, but I don't, I can't fully say. I can't really fully say. The force was with him though. The force was with him that night, nonetheless, man. And shout out to Julian Love, man, getting that interception. That's what I needed to see, man. That's what I was happy to see that, bro. I was like, oh, you know what, bro? He was waiting for his just due. He's waiting for his just due this whole time. You know, he was waiting to he was being, what's it called, humble and patient. All these interviews, leading up to the Super Bowl, or just even throughout the playoff or throughout the playoffs and the season too. He's just been keeping it on the what do you call it, the humble. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I see. Why does it hit the auto translate? Hold on, give me a second. Ian Potter, what's going on, bro? Do you see the auto translate? Do you see that? I don't know why it does that. That's kind of weird. But yeah, I saw the yo, man. What's going on with your bro? What's going on with your bruh? Yeah, man. So I'm hyped. I'm at a different you've seen me sit here before, but I'm at a different bench. Basically, I'm just sitting at a different bench because I wanted the light in front of me. You got to get the lighting right. But yeah, man, it's good to see and hear from you. I remember you from last time, Ian. Yeah, I remember the name, Ian Potter. Yeah, I remember that name. How you been, bro? What's going on with you? What's going on with you, bro? Did you watch the Super Bowl? Let me know if you watched the Seahawks Super Bowl. Yeah, and so one thing I thought about was my prediction for the score was 35-6. I was like, it's gonna be 35-6. That's what I'm thinking. I'm just like 35-6, man. Because the thing about it is 35 minus 6 is 29. The number 29 has been resonating with Seattle a lot. Cal Riley's been like the home run leader. His jersey number is 29. And then there's some other shit that's been going on, just like 29 stuff. There's like a car or like a van or something that hit a pole over here on 29th. Where are we at? We're at 29th right now. And I sit here on 29th a lot. I sit here pretty much on 20. Is this one? Yeah, that's pretty much 29. I sit here a lot. So it's like, it should be shit like that. Like the numbers and numerology was all there. So I'm thinking it's going to be 35-6 because 35 minus 6 is 29. The final score ends up being 29-13. I'm like, I don't know what to make sense of this or how to make sense of this, but that's some ill shit. That's some ill shit. Like the 29 was still present. So it'd just be like a little number shit that I'd be looking forward to. Like I'd be seeing it. There was a dude, what's it called? There was a dude who I ran into on the light rail when I was going to South Center, and he was predicting 42-17, which would have been a blowout, but nonetheless, that would have been a good score too. And he was a little closer on the Patriots scoring side. Yeah, he was pretty closer on that side. Nice Seahawks win. You like the Bad Bunny halftime show? Yeah, so I really liked the thing about it was I think where we were sitting, the speakers were like, and then there were so many people like around that it was just kind of loud, but then Bad Bunny, like he's like he's more of he's like a rap singer, so he's more on the rap side. But the thing about it was, I don't know Spanish that well. Two, I just like the music, and then I think like because he was having to pace himself, and then he was also moving around a lot. I don't think we were able to really hear and understand him to the best. So it was a good show. You know what I'm saying? It was good. No, I wasn't there. I was watching. Fuck no, I wasn't there, man. I can't pay for them tickets. I'm saying like the place that we went to watch the game. Like we're in like a bar, restaurant kind of area, like bowling alley, restaurant, whatever. But it's just like, yeah, I can't pay them thousands of dollars, bro. Hell no. If I had them thousands of dollars, you might not see me on YouTube, bro. I would be like, yeah, I'm done with this shit. I'm just chilling right now with this money. But the funny thing was, I don't know if you saw, there was like footage of people kind of sitting, not necessarily front row, but at the edge of the bottom seats, and they were filming the trees. Like if you saw the trees, like the trees were actual people moving around. But yeah, I really like the scenery of the whole performance, like all the background stuff, like the dancers, the scenery, the like the what do you call this shit? I don't know if that was sugar canes or what, just the tall grass and shit like that, the trees, and then the whole setup. Like it was a pretty good presentation. I think it was tough because it's like if you listen to Bad Bunny's music, I don't listen to him like that, but from the songs I've heard, it's like the actual songs are better than the actual performance that happened, because the performance he was having to go through like one verse at a time, a medley at a time. And then I was confused because I saw Lady Gaga. I guess that was her, right? Lady Gaga popped up, and then I heard bachata music. So I was like, why am I'm hearing bachata music? I thought that was Ivy Queen. I thought Ivy Queen was a special guest. I was like, damn, they got Ivy Queen in the Super Bowl. That's what I thought. Because I had a homegirl, me and her. Actually, I had two homegirls. One was teaching me bachata music, how to dance to it. She's from Bolivia. My other friend, she's Mexican. She's from here. She knew how to do it a little bit, but we'd practice bachata at the beach and stuff like that. But I thought that was Ivy Queen. That's just what I thought. That's the only person I know, really, in terms of that shit. And then, yeah, it was just Lady Gaga. Someone pointed it out in like an article later. But yeah, that shit was crazy, man. I fuck with that performance. I just talked to the lady who helps or serves me the coffee earlier today. I said, "Did you guys watch the Super Bowl?" He's like, "No, I just watched the Super Bowl performance or the halftime show." I was like, "Oh, okay, I get it. It's pretty good though. It's pretty good, man." And there was all types of representation. Like they showed the two boxers that were fighting. I think one of them was a Puerto Rican dude, Or I think both of them were Puerto Rican dudes that were actual really good professionals. And I was that's pretty cool, man. They had these little actually I don't know what weight class they're in. They might be in lightweight or flyweight. Nah, they might be lightweight actually. The more I think about it, Zayas and I forget the other guy's name. But yeah, that shit was crazy, man. That was dope. That was dope. I think it was rough for a lot of people because the first half is all kicks. The first half was just all kickball. You know what I'm saying? I'll admit, Seahawks head coach Mike McDonald was a good hire. You know, so here's the thing, man. It's funny because with Seattle, every year since the first Super Bowl and the second one, right? There's always been like, hey, this might be it. Hey, this might be it. So we're always in Seattle. We're always hearing, hey, this might be the thing. This might be the guy. This might be the one. Like you're always hearing that. So whenever we heard, hey, Sam Darnold, he did pretty good in the Vikings, which he did. So I had like a decent amount of hope for him, but I didn't have high hopes. I was like, he might be like a Jimmy Garoppolo, where Jimmy Garoppolo gets hit a lot. He's not the best quarterback, but as long as he delivers and has a good O line, he can win, right? But like same thing, I was worried about that, but same thing. Darnold, McDonald, you know, what I'm saying them guys, we're like we don't know what's gonna happen. People keep talking about McDonald came from the Jim Harbaugh defensive strategy, you know what I'm saying, like coming from that kind of whatever. And it's like I don't know much about him to be honest with you. I'm not gonna sit here and lie like I knew much about it, but people broke it down. They had hopes for him, and he delivered, man. He delivered. Like think about it, he played the NFC West because you got to meet each team twice a season. You know what I'm saying? So you're playing the Cardinals twice, you're playing the Rams twice, you're playing the Niners twice, and then if you get to the playoffs, you got to play them a third time. So we literally had to play the Niners a third time. We literally had to play the Rams a third time. Like you literally had to play all those guys. And this is like one of the roughest divisions in the NFC. So we had to deal with them. Aside from the North right now with like the Bears and the Lions and shit like that. So it was just one of those things, man, where it's just like for McDonald to come from the AFC side, bring that stuff, and then go over here. That shit right, man, I don't know. Like he delivered, man. He delivered. I did not expect that. I just didn't expect it. I didn't know it was gonna be that. I don't know what the word is, like that good. Haynes, you didn't care. Haynes, if you didn't care, you don't need a comment, bro. If you didn't care, you don't need a comment. You know what I'm saying? You know, a lot of people didn't care, man. To be honest with you, a lot of people didn't care. You know, it's funny because I think the same thing happened with like the Dodgers and stuff. He came from Baltimore Ravens. Yeah, he came from the Ravens. What is it? When Jim Harbaugh was coaching over there, and I think they recently let go of Harbaugh or something like that. It was either, yeah, I think they recently let go of him. I don't know where he's gonna sign, bro. I don't know if Harbaugh's gonna go to. I don't know if he's already signed with someone else as a head coach. I don't know who needs one, but if Harbaugh leaves, I would like to see him in Cleveland, which would be crazy. Quoting Coach McDonald, he said, "We did not care." Yeah, it's interesting, man. It's like, what's it called? What do you call this? What team was that? Was that hold on? Because there's a Harbaugh brother, right? Is that the same one that was over at Michigan with the Wolverines? Is that the same dude? I don't know if that's the same dude. I don't know if it's the same dude. Yeah, I didn't watch any press conferences to be honest with you too. So I don't know. I had a friend that oh yeah, that's the other thing. Every year, Super Bowl, World Series, and NBA Finals, whoever ends up being the MVP, I buy that jersey and I get the championship hat, and I kind of just sit and wait on it. And like I just like I'm gonna hold this for as long as I can. I'll sell it if I need to. I think I was able to sell like the I had an Ozzy Albies jersey from the Atlanta Braves. I was able to sell his jersey for about 200 to 400, something like that. It was a grip. It was a grip. So same thing. Like I remember I needed to fundraise money for my mom's funeral. I had this Aaron Donald jersey from the Super Bowl, you know, Super Bowl patch. I just sold that shit. I was like, yeah, man, yeah, you know what I'm saying? This like merch like that, as much as I enjoy it, as much as I like it, it's like these are just also, you know, they're just items, they're tools, man. So as much as we enjoy the sport, you got to also learn how to flip it when necessary. You've got to take care of loved ones or just take care of yourself. That's a whole nother conversation. What's going on, Adrian? Thanks for dropping in. And then we got Nelino. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Nelino Shelley. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. Let me know if I'm saying that correctly or not. Let me know if you guys are Seahawks fans. Let me know if you guys are Seattle fans. Let me know if you're Patriots fans too. If you're Patriots fans, you guys had a great year, man. Drake May was like, I found out he was 23 years old. He was born in, hold on. I think he said he was born in 2002 or 2003 or some shit. Something like that. But he's young, man. He's a young quarterback. You know, he made it that far. You got to give that man his props. You know what I'm saying? And hey, man, what's that cornerback's name? The cornerback, Gonzalez, bro. That dude's a beast. That dude's a fucking beast. That cornerback right there. Because you gotta understand, I got a cornerback jersey on right now. I got a cornerback fucking Devin Witherspoon jersey, bruh. And it's like that Gonzalez dude, he was locking shit down. Like every time you thought Cup was gonna get the reception, whoop, he would just come in straight through. They're talking about how he's instant transmission and teleporting and shit across the field. I was like, yeah, he got to where he needed to go. And then I think it was the um, first or second touchdown that the Patriots had. We started getting mad because the person guarding the receiver was Tyreek Woolen. Was like, damn, Woolen, what you doing out here? And then my guy Mellon was like, yeah, Woolen getting burned again, bro. He just stay getting burned. What kind of shit is this? Sorry to hear about mom. I know she was a Seahawks diehard. You know what's funny about mom was like, she's like me where she barely pays attention. But the thing is, like, obviously comprehension wise, I'm able to put two and two together, like coaching and strategies and all that shit and play, all that stuff, right? So, but she was I don't want to say a casual, but obviously like she loved it because she's from Seattle, and like my mom actually had a what do you call so like outside of what do you call this outside of what do you call this, bro? Outside of the Space Needle. So outside of the Space Needle at Seattle Center, we have these like vendors that just have tables set up, and they'll sell like bootleg T-shirts, right? So these bootleg T-shirts they would sell would always be Seattle shit. So like in '96, they had the Western Conference Finals championship shirts. So my mom got the Seattle Supersonics Western Conference Championship Finals shirt, and I used to always bug my mom like, "Let me get that shirt. Let me get that shirt." And she's like, "No, it's mine. I'm not." It's like this just shit that people would like just sit there and like press. It wasn't like an actual thing from the store, to my understanding. But because my mom would never let me have that shirt, when she died, I made sure I buried her with that shirt. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna make sure I bury her with it because she just valued it a lot. It was kind of funny. So she just loves Seattle sports. Like she's not like in tune with all the stats and all the specifics, the championships and all that. She just loves watching it. She loves watching us win. Stuff like that. My bad. Looking from work, should have called off sick, low key, dying. Are you super sick? How bad is it? How bad is it? Tempest 51. Is this the Tempest though? I feel like there was another Tempest that I made mod, but I don't know if that's the guy. Let me know if you're trolling. Let me know if you're trolling. Are you gonna go to the parade? There's like multiple. There was another. What's it called? Another channel. I gotta check that. That's the real Tempest. Yeah. Are you gonna go to the? Yeah, I'm going to. I just texted my cousin about that. Actually, I gotta check my notifications. Hold on. Hold on, man. I don't know what's going on here. I got a message about something. So we'll see. Um, my cousin had texted me like, "Are you guys gonna go to the parade Wednesday?" And I was like, I don't even know where it's gonna be at or what time. But I'm also not working that day, so I might as well go. You know what I'm saying? And if I was working that Wednesday, I might have called out. I ain't gonna lie. I think a lot of us would have called out. Because the same thing, like when the Mariners went to the what do you call this? The bro, what is? I'm drawing a blank right here. The playoffs, like the actual championship game for American League. A lot of people are like, yeah, when they make it to the World Series and they win, yeah, we gotta go to the parade and all that. So I don't know, man. Like I think about that a lot. Where like I can't wait for more Seattle parades. I don't know. We like the Sounders have won a lot. I don't know if we celebrate them that much or like to that degree, but I think we should. Honestly, we have we have a lot of winning teams here. For being honest, man, we got a decent amount of winning teams. I mean, the Storm have about 4 or 5 banners, women's basketball team that is, and yeah, we got Maria Alicia. How you doing? Yeah, I remember you from Brazil, right? From Brazil. How you been? What's going on? How you been? So yeah, and I don't think I've ever been. I didn't go to the last one in 2013. I didn't go to the 2013 parade. I don't even remember what was going on. I just didn't go, and everyone said that was pretty lit because it's literally the first Super Bowl win for the Seahawks. So yeah, it's just like there's a lot of stuff. Hold on, let me grab some coffee. But yeah, I remember you, Maria Alicia. I got so much sunlight in my eyes, man. It's crazy. Hey, this bench got hella rain on it still. I'm sad. I gotta stand up for a second, bro. This shit kind of moist. Pause. Yo, I'm about to stand up for a sec. And we about to chief this J. You know what I'm saying? Honor of the Seahawks. And I got the, here, let me show you. This is that almond mochi, that indica joint. Mama Chan Farms, bruh. Mama Chan Farms joint. Hold on, man. Let's get to it. And guess what? When I was there too, I also got the fucking Seahawks colored lighter, man. I got the action green. We have coffee here in Brazil too. What kind of coffee you got? What kind of coffee? What's your favorite kind of coffee? I don't know my coffees that well. I just drink it black. Yeah, I just drink it black. I don't do cream or milk or sugar. I mean, the thing is, if they make like a nice flavored latte, I'll drink that. Like if it's a nice flavored latte or like I don't know what the other one's called, like the cortadas or whatever. I'll have a little bit of that, but that's about it. How was round one? Round one's, bro, you missed out, man. You should have showed up if you could. I know it's a lot to ask. How's it going? I know it's a lot to ask, but yeah, man, that was dope, bro. We what's it called? We went and we like more or less just won a whole bunch of what do you call these stuffed animals from Mars. We're just like, yeah, we're gonna go. Well, we're playing in games and stuff, but and then we had a few games that Mars could play, and then I think they were doing. I think Melon was doing taiko drums, and then Melon and Cat were doing the dancing games. Skin was doing it too, and then yeah, we kind of lurked around. There was a lot of games we played. There was one that was like skee ball. It was like skee ball, but then like the more points you scored, the zombie would like race. So it was like a zombie racing game. It was kind of crazy. Here in Brazil, we have cigarettes and other adult things. I'm just a child. What? If you're just a child, why are you talking about cigarettes and adult things? You got to get out of here with that. What are you talking about? Brazil has yummy coffee. Price here to get it here. Yeah, I believe it. I'm trying to low key. I'm about to I might move to Brazil. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? When we done living it up in Seattle, I'm about to live out in Brazil. I'll be going down to Brazil. I'm gonna live in Bahia. You know Bahia? Living down there. I'm gonna be drinking coffee and playing capoeira. That's all I'm gonna do all day. All day you're gonna see me drink coffee. Might smoke a joint. I'm gonna just you know what I'm saying? Just ooh, what we doing? And just sitting there rolling, just rolling. I'm like, damn, how are you 50 years old rolling like that? I do capoeira. My knees is good. And you do capoeira, your knees start unlocking and getting a real nice pause. We got here in Brazil, good, yeah. We living out in Bahia. I'm sad I missed out. My dad wanted me to go to the Super Bowl party. Hey, but a Super Bowl party is good, man. If you're spending time doing a Super Bowl party with the family, that's the best thing to do. I was saying earlier, Tempest, my phone was at like 37% when I left the light rail because Melon stayed on the light rail to go back north, but I was like, let me get off at Capitol Hill. And I walked around. Capitol Hill was dead. Then I went back to downtown. Downtown, it was popping off. I don't know. You probably saw the stuff in the group chat. I was putting shit in the group chat like when they were partying, they were knocking down the street signs. They were climbing up Pioneer Square. Then they had that little what do you call that TV that goes from Seattle to Boston, and then people were tripping over there. There was a dude just like smacking the ground with his belt. It was crazy. It was all type of shit. But that was the first time, like after a championship, I got a chance to spend it with the people, or just spend it like just hanging out, shit like that. We got coffee and J's, of course. Hey, are you talking to the plants? You talking to the plants, VJ? Good to have you here, cuz. Yes, sir. Good to have you here. Hey, guess what? You know that one dude, I don't know his name. You know his name better than me. You know he's going back to Alabama showing the ring off. He's going to be like, I got the one. He's going to come back to Alabama with the ring. With the pinky. He's going to have it on the pinky, too. He's going to be talking like Pimp C in a fur coat. Then in Alabama. Well, yeah, I'm happy. I'm just happy, man. Like I was out there, VJ, I was out there partying with the people, you know what I'm saying? Running down the street, showing off the jersey, talking shit, all the et ceteras. Do you think Brazil is cool? I'm going to mention some of the states here in Brazil. Rio de Janeiro, Sao Paulo, Amazonas. So here's the thing. My favorite, Jalen Milrow, there we go. My favorite movie of all time is City of God. Or I don't know, there's a way to pronounce it in Portuguese. I forget exactly. But City of God's my favorite movie ever. And like, I know that's Rio, I believe. But I would live in Bahia personally, because there's some stuff like whatever it's like spiritually or scientifically, whatever. Like I would just go there. You know, like it's just one of them places. Like I'm trying to move to Japan because that's another spiritual whatever. Like for me, kind of a ley line or checkpoint kind of place. There's that, and there's some other places. You know. So if you ever see me in the future, at least the channel, like you'll probably see me in Japan. If it's not Japan, you'll probably see me at like Italy. If you don't see me in Italy, you'll see me in Brazil. That's the way I'm looking at it right now. So that means I have to learn 3 different languages or 3 brand new different languages, which is gonna be crazy. Even though most places are very accommodating to English speakers, I would still do that. But yeah, I'm just happy, man. Like, and VJ, I was gonna ask you, like, if you've been talking to the plants, how you been talking to the plants? How they been doing? How are the plants doing? How are the babies doing? You know, because I was thinking about that today, where like somebody, I don't know who I was talking to, someone at work, like last week, and they're saying like, yeah, when you have those plants or you have trees and stuff, a lot of people just speak to the orchards or they speak to the trees and like every day when they're taking care of them, you know, the soil and the water and all that shit. I know we were talking about that before. I'll tap on you on my way out, fam. Got you. We'll be in touch. Favorite chocolate is the most famous one there. Are you talking about the most famous one in Rio? The most famous one in Rio specifically? The twins are thriving. Okay, that's all I need to see. That's all I need to hear. Dubai chocolate seems to be the hype. LOL. You know what's weird is like the weird thing about chocolate is like I'll give an example. So my cousins are in the Philippines, and then I was asking them, I was like, why do you guys want Hershey's if some of the best chocolate is from the Philippines? And they're like, we just want the name brand shit. Like we just want name brand shit, and that stuff is like sweeter and it tastes better. Like they want crack, bro. They want that crack chocolate, that American crack chocolate. I was like, that's some bullshit. Because I know over there they got like more fresher and better ingredients, but then they want that funny shit. And it bees like that. It's like that. I couldn't tell you why. Hold on, man. Where I put the lighter at? But yeah, infused ribs. That's crazy. Infused ribs is different. Oreo is also available here in Brazil, but it's very expensive. I'm pretty sure Oreo's a big company. I think a lot of people like Oreos. Funny enough, but that makes sense. Do you like Oreos too? But yeah, Tempest, if you're still lurking around, man, yeah, those watch parties are nice, man. You'll look back in life and you'll really be like, yeah, I remember, shit, I remember the Super Bowl that we lost to the Patriots a couple years ago, like a decade ago. We had like a little Super Bowl party with the family, and we're just sitting there, and I was like, we're all sad, but I was like, it was fun to just be together. You know what I mean? Be with family and be with people like that. You look back and you start remembering those days, all in the living room or all in front of the TV. Because I remember my household, we were all kicking it together for the Pittsburgh Super Bowl. This is back in '06, and we just sat around, and that was some bullshit too. Leading up to that shit though, all the sixth graders, all the middle schoolers, we were so hyped leading up to us finally getting to the Super Bowl. Like we're just running up and down the street on our blocks and shit, and then just going back in the house and watching the TV. And then we would tell the stories about it when we went back to school on Monday and shit. So yeah, it's a beautiful time, man. Like you think about the past 20 years, I've seen 4 Super Bowls in my lifetime. It's a beautiful thing to think about, man. You know, when you think about sports franchises, they're just like your cities, like you know, your city showing up. The Mariners haven't been to the World Series yet, but you know, the fact that the Storm, the Sounders, within my lifetime, I've been there at least 5 times. 5 times, bro. Think about that. The Seahawks been there 4 times in my lifetime. Sonics have been there. Let me see. In my lifetime, once, because I was like 3 in '96. I'm hitting those Hawaiian chocolate macadamia nuts. I think I got you 1 years ago. I'm pretty sure we ate them together. Because I remember that shit. I remember you came back from your trip and then you had like a box of chocolates. I was like, look at this romantic person right here with a box of chocolates. How did you know? But no, that shit was good. I remember that shit. Actually, I'm pretty sure I ate some with my mom, like because I do remember the box. I'm pretty sure me and my mom ate some because she liked those too. Yeah, that's crazy to think about. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, years ago. Years ago. I'm just still laughing at that one time that Kabuk gave us that bottle. He's like, I don't drink no more. And I was like, all right. And we just took the bottle. I'm still laughing at that. I know I keep bringing that up. That shit's funny though. That was back, bro. I thought I put out a lighter. It's a fucking chapstick type of shit. Hold on, man. She killed. Yeah, she probably did because it was gone. I remember we had the box and then the box was just gone. That's my thing too. I bought a whole box of Reese's, like the actual, like you know how you get the two, like you get two Reese's in a pack. It was a whole box with like 24 packs of Reese's in there. And then I remember buying that shit. And then what do you call this? Bro, we killed that. I just remember it was gone. I was like, this isn't healthy. I know this isn't healthy. Hershey's is also available here in Brazil, and it's your favorite. My absolute favorite is cookie with cream. Yeah, cookie and cream is the best Reese's. See, the thing is, it's if it's not cookies and cream Reese's, I will go for Mr. Goodbar because Mr. Goodbar has like peanuts too. Because I like M&M with peanuts, and I like Mr. Goodbar peanuts. I thought someone was behind me, but it's the reflection of my hand. That freaked me out for a second. I'm just laughing that Maria said, "We got cigarettes." I was like, "What? Cigarettes and adult things? Don't do that." But yeah, chocolate's the best thing. Like it's one of those, especially like 100% dark chocolate, like the ones from like the Belgium ones or whatever. Those Belgium ones are pretty good. I ain't gonna lie. That's crazy to think about, man. Think about all the numbers and stuff. I don't know if I talked to you about those numbers, Adri, like how the numbers lined up, everything lined up for this Super Bowl. I was like, it's ordained. I don't want to sit here and do the conspiracy shit. Conspirators are too easy, but it was ordained more or less. Well, I'm happy, man. I'm happy you guys are happy for me. You guys are happy for yourselves. If you guys are Seahawks fans or Seattle fans in general, you know, man, it's been a good year. It's been a really good year. The fact that we only sustained 3 losses, like think about this, right? We were number one. Like we were number one in the NFC at least, not number one in the whole league, number one in the NFC, and then we sustained the number one status against everything else. Because being number one in the NFC is a lot harder than being number one in the AFC. AFC was slacking off this year. I don't know what was going on over there. The Texans were the real problem, but they couldn't deliver. You know, that's when I start calling conspiracy because I'm like, hold on, man. I think it should have been the Bears instead of the Rams, but I also think it should have been the Texans instead of like New England. You know, and then hey, man, good luck to Bo Nix on the recovery, man. We'll see what happens next year. It was a hell of a year. But people love to watch when defense wins, man. When you watch your defense win, when you see your running back, even when our running back he redeemed, you know, the purpose of the running back in the Super Bowl we lost against the Patriots. Like, you know, that 1 yard line shit is like, hey, man, we damn near made up for all that bullshit, man. Action green. So I'm happy. I'm just happy. Seriously, I thought it was just me. Oh, are you hearing complaints about the game? A lot of my older patients were complaining about it, especially during halftime. It's interesting because I think people were mad because, you know, the score was like what 12-0. So there was no touchdowns. It was just like 4 kicks within the first half. Um, and a lot of it is like it's kind of cool to watch defense played at a high level. You know what I mean? Because when it's played at a high level, I think my friend Skin was telling me yesterday. He was like, it's really interesting because he said the only time this ever happened in history was this many years ago. Because like the announcer had just said it and he looked it up himself. But I thought we were gonna keep them because it was like 12-0, 19-0 for a while. People were complaining, and I was like, everyone was like, it is kind of. They weren't saying that it was boring, but people were just constantly on edge. So like when you're watching it, you're constantly you're pretty much anxious. You're just anxious the whole time, you know. And then when you get to the end, you're like, okay, I'm celebrating because my team won. But on the other hand, it's like, yo, this is crazy because where's the touchdown? The first touchdown was like in the third or the fourth quarter. It took so long, so I understand why some people would be upset. Another similar game was like Patriots and Falcons, where like for a while it was just hella defense. But I don't know, man. That's football sometimes. Sometimes some football scores be like 9-3, which means it was all kicks, which is crazy. I think Broncos and Patriots were like 7-10 or some shit. That was the final score. This is weird. So I don't know. I enjoyed it as a sports person, but at the same time, I could see how it's not really entertaining. Uh, became a subscriber. I loved you and your live streams exclusively here in Brazil. Everyone in Brazil loves your live stream. I mean, I don't know. Like, are you just showing your phone to everyone? That's crazy. I be having people from that drop in from like India and shit. Like I be having random people from all different parts of the world and country just dropping in and showing love. So I appreciate it either way. You know, number one in Brazil. If I'm number one in Brazil, hey, give me that free citizenship. I'm trying to move down there. Help me get a citizenship. Damn, I'm tired of being in America. I'm tired of being there, bro. Trying to live out in Japan or Brazil. Let me go to Brazil. I'm trying to be somewhere warm by the beach. You know, living it up at the water. But yeah, man. So yeah, it was weird. It's interesting. Like as someone who appreciates sports, as someone who appreciates athletics, it was like I appreciated the defense, if that makes sense. Like I appreciated watching and seeing the defensive plays, how it just the way shit was playing out. I like that. I like seeing that part of the game. But on the other hand, I could see how it's boring because I'm the type of person I'll watch boxing. I appreciate like watching high IQ defensive boxing, even though it's not the most exciting, explosive. Someone's getting knocked around, someone's bleeding, someone's hit to, what I'm saying? Like, I like watching that defensive shit because it's cool to watch and study some shit and understand body mechanics and all that. Like, that's me. That's just me. But yeah, I don't know. Everyone's a little different. So I get it. They wanted to see a Jackson Smith and Jigba 50-yard fucking, 50-yard fucking pass. They wanted to see Cooper Kupp get that 50-yard. There was a lot of things we wanted to see, but that's the other interesting thing is like, Tom McDonald, right? Is that his name? No. What's his name, bro? Not Tom McDonald. What the fuck? That's the rapper. Bro, what's the dude's name? Norm McDonald? That's fucked up, man. I don't even know the dude's name. Anyway, the coach. McDonald, the coach. Coordinating with Darnold. Coordinating with Sam. They get it to A.J. Barner. A.J. Barner is the only dude with the touchdown on the offense. The other person with the touchdown was Nwosu. Whatever, however you pronounce that dude's name. That was a defensive one. The fucking, Witherspoon getting the arm. Ball pops up. He grabs it, and it just goes to the end zone. Like, that's just, I don't know if they count as an interception or if not a fumble or a recovery touchdown or something. I don't know how they want to, because it was in the motion of being thrown. I don't know. It's just weird. So those are the only guys you least expect. Like if you bet that JSN and Cooper Kupp wouldn't get a touchdown, you would have won. It's just crazy shit. It's like, yeah, he's got to get one. He's got to get one. That whole game was just to fuck up your bets. Yeah, man. Shit not even burning right. That's how windy that shit is. Hold on. There you go. Took a minute. Goddamn, so windy out here. Also, when I walked down the street today, I don't know if it's because it's like Super Bowl hangovers for people. It seemed really quiet in the neighborhood, like walking down the street. It seemed really quiet. I was like, what's going on here? I don't know. That's Seattle Parks. I'm like, who this? What they doing? Oh yeah, my bad. Catch you later though. Working, getting a bit busy. Oh yeah. You gotta do what you gotta do. It's Monday. It is Monday. Wind is blowing too, man. I might have to start walking in a second. Yeah, I'm gonna get with you guys. If you're around, Idri, and if you got a minute, I might be live streaming Cassette Beast. If you want to watch that shit, I don't know if you're into that, but yeah, I'll be around. You know me. Get some stuff done today. I might run the Ducks. I might run the Duck Simulator just for a little bit, so I can. There's some stuff I need to do on my phone, and there's some stuff I need to do uploading wise for Octopath Traveler, so I might have to get that in too. But for the sake of the 50-year anniversary, let's get to 50 minutes. Look at that 50-minute mark, man. Yo, this girl fucked up, man, because it's like, damn, they got Just twigs in there. They just got twigs in that bitch, man. How'd I open that shit? I'm not a grill person. Oh, there it is. It's just heavy as fuck. That thing heavy as hell. That's crazy. But yeah, man, I'm hyped. The way that shit play itself out, man. Can't ask for nothing better. Can't ask for nothing better, man. The hell? It's just water. Yeah. Let me get on and start preparing the next couple of minutes here. You know, I will say I'm proud of Seattle Seahawks. If I didn't say it before, I'm proud that I got a chance to see people partying at night down what do you call this? Pioneer Square and Occidental Ave and what's that, man? Yeah, just down there, man, just right off Jackson and even Capitol Hill. It was, you know, less lit, but nonetheless, they were out there. So I was happy either way, man, to see that, man. City turning up. People still celebrating right now. Every bus I went on, man, everybody seen me with a jersey. Everybody seen the next person with a jersey. And they just, you know, they sat there and celebrated each other, man. They sat there and celebrated each other, sat there and raised each other up, you know, really elevating each other, you know. Like it's one of them things where like the people you normally would have seen you walking down the street, you might be mad because they either profile you or they're upset with you, or they, you know, they don't want to make eye contact, or they other people might just sit there and try to press you the wrong way, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Everything, any kind of reason that you would think that all these people who would normally be at odds with each other, whether we're rocking jerseys or not, we were just celebrating last night. And that was a good feeling, man. It's a good feeling. It's been a while since Seattle has had a thing that brought people together. People who normally from different neighborhoods too would have been beefing with each other. I heard people walking down the street celebrating together, talking about what neighborhood they came from, and they were just respecting it. You know what I'm saying? They were just respecting it. Little stuff like that. People meeting each other out there. I met a lot of, I'm gonna say I met a lot of women, but a lot of them were just sitting there getting real close. You know, I'm over here in the crowds. I'm over here walking in and out the crowd. Some of them like trying to talk to me, trying to take videos, all this weird shit. Like it just people just celebrating. I was like, damn, man, everyone's just in a good fucking mood. Just beautiful people looking at each other, beautiful people getting in contact with each other, all type of shit. And other people just climbing up street lamps, trees, and you know, monuments and shit. This shit was crazy. I'm gonna put out this vlog, man. I don't know when. I'm gonna put out this vlog. There was a homeless dude, right? Because I have all the footage. There's a homeless dude just laying there, and I kind of pan to the homeless dude, and I go up, and then people are just climbing over the fence where he's like sleeping between a bench and a fence. Motherfuckers climbing over the fence, and then they're climbing the monuments, dog, just to go on top of this shit. I was like, they about to break that shit. There's too many people up top, man. I ain't got time to be climbing shit. I thought about going up there, but I was like, nah, I ain't doing that right now. I just want to film people tripping. And shout out to whatever building and whatever projector that was last night. They had this projector. They projected it on the building. Down in Pioneer Square. What street is that, bro? It's like, no, that ain't Yesler, bro. What street is that? I think it's Yesler. I don't know. I forget. But it said we run it now, man. You guys gonna see it. It said we run it now. You know, we run it now. It had K9 on there, bro. Kenneth Walker, third. She's crazy, man. So we'll see, bro. We'll see really what happened. We'll see how it really go down right now. I feel bad. Maybe I'll just pick up and toss that shit because I know. Hold on. Oh, never mind. But yeah, let me get to wrapping it up here. You know, your boy might have to hit the. You know, these bathrooms right here, they're locked down. They closed down. They've been closed down for a while, for whatever reason. And I just been needing to. You know, your boy got to use the bathroom a lot. Your boy stay hydrated is really what it is. So yeah, man. That's that, man. He was hype. I was running down the street, pumping my jersey, you know, telling everybody to honk their horns, all that shit, directing traffic. We doing what we have to do. All type of shit. Taking the lead. You know? Just happy. Everybody just happy, man. There it is, yo. Hit that 50-minute mark. Everybody that dropped in, everybody that's a Seahawks fan, anybody rooting for Seattle. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all, man. Peace. I'm out.